When it comes to adventure, nothing comes quite as close to trekking. So this time when the mountains called, we set off towards one of India's most iconic crossover treks, the Pin Bhaba Pass in Himachal Pradesh. We are super motivated, thrilled and excited. Well, almost. Our journey started from Kolkata to Kalka, and from Kalka it's a 2-day road trip till Kafnu with an overnight halt at Sarahan. Right now we are on the way to Kafnu from Sarahan. As we rushed past unknown villages and small towns with beautiful mountains draped in green coniferous forests, meandering rivers making their own journey through the valley, I couldn't help but feel a deep sense of calm. This is going to be a great trip. Tucked deep inside the Kinnor region, Kafnu is a quiet little mountain village, surrounded by forests, cliffs, gushing rivers, and the rawness of the Himalayas. Kafnu marks the starting point for the Pin Bhaba Pass trek. A beautiful bright morning greeted us on the first day of the trek. The sky was deep blue and the mountains draped in greenery as we slowly moved out of the village towards wilderness. Soon enough, we find ourselves walking through an enchanting forest of various shades of pine, oak, fir, and silver birch. Keeping the gushing Bhava river to our left, we move merrily onwards, passing through open valleys and numerous beautiful forest sections. One of the highlights of the first day of the trek was definitely crossing the mighty Bhava river over precariously placed boulders and logs. As so often is the case in the second half of the day in the Himalayas, the weather changed in a moment and it started raining. The wind was bone chilling, thunders roared in the distance. However, on a positive side, Moling wasn't far off. Shivering in the rain and under the able guidance of Piku, we stumbled on and soon reached the warmth of our tents. The second day started off in the worst possible ways, as my drone fell into the middle of the river, gone forever. I bid farewell to my precious Mavic Mini, my partner of many breathtaking adventures. Maybe it was to end this way. Now let's get back to trekking. After yesterday's relatively flat and easy terrain, today we start gaining elevation from the moment go. Soon enough we had left the Bhaba river deep below and were now closer to the big mountains. After quite a hectic climb, the other side of the valley opened up. Far off, we could see our tiny camps in the horizon. Thankfully, from here it was time for a gradual descent. And what a beautiful descent it was! The sun smiled warmly above us, while wildflowers nodded softly in the gentle breeze.
Come on, Asray, come on. Well done.
Kara is definitely one of the most beautiful places that I have ever been to. It was right out of an animated movie, colorful and vibrant.
এই যে আলখাল্লা কাপু কেমন লাগছে কাপু?
ভালো লাগছে, খুব ঠান্ডা লাগছে,
কিরকম টায়ারিং?
খুব টায়ার্ড হয়ে গেছি আমি আজকে।
Huge snow-peaked mountains stood like silent guardians over a beautiful green valley. A meandering river flowed merrily in its own rhythm, while horses grazed peacefully beside a small pond. I sat there on a small cliff, watching the sun slowly go down as shadows danced across the valley like a playful child. And for the 100th time I realized that evenings like this only belong to the trails. All the nostalgia and the warmth of the previous evening were quickly washed away at the start of day 3 as we stepped into the sharp icy waters of the stream crossing. Welcome to reality. Our feet went numb and white in the freezing cold water. After a little rest to get our numb feet up and running again, we left the stream crossing behind and moved onwards. Soon enough, we encountered the first snow of the trek, a striking white glacier lying beautifully amidst the green meadows. As we climbed higher, we could see noticeable changes in the landscape. The trees had long disappeared, but traces of greenery still remained, slowly giving way to barren rocks and scattered patches of white ice. Spectacular, isn't it?
The beautiful Futsirang campsite.
After 5 kilometers of constant ascent from Kara, we reached Futsirang around noon, in time for lunch. It was relatively a moderate walk today. A vacation within a vacation. Trying to sleep till late and wake up late. आराम से उठने का. But alas, like all buffer days, I was wide awake at dawn and so was everyone else. And soon we were doing the most important thing that people does on a buffer day, putting everything out there to dry in the sun. We wandered around the campsite throughout the day, doing very little, simply letting hours pass, and waited in anticipation and excitement for the next day.
কেমন লাগছে তোর?
খুব শীত করছে, বাঁচবো না মনে হচ্ছে। ঠান্ডা।
After a night of extreme rainfall and literally no sleep, finally we set off after 6 a.m. Too late for a pass crossing day. We were already delayed by more than 2 hours, but thankfully the weather cleared up enough in just the nick of time for us to set off. Going back would have been so sad. The climb ahead was relentless. Steep from the very beginning, it only grew sharper as we gained height. The trail narrowed, the incline turned brutal, and with every step the margin for error disappeared. One misstep here wasn't just a slip, it was a fall that wouldn't forgive. For the first time in my life, I was scared, and I wasn't scared about myself. My wife was there, my brother was there, my sister-in-law, my younger cousin. I had an entire family, and I remember my mother saying, তুই যাচ্ছিলিস যেতে সবাইকে নিয়ে যাওয়ার কি দরকার? Every step I took, I kept looking back, just hoping that they were okay. Never, I repeat, never bring your family on treks. Okay, you should.
Hey, পৌঁছে গেলাম Pin Bhaba Pass. Well done, guys. Well done. Well done. Good job. Good job. Good job. Well done.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Himachalians, welcome to Spiti.
Later.
I'd be a fool to try and explain this, but this is one of the coolest things I have done in my life.
कैसा मजा
Lovely! Let's go! Fuck! Woo! Oh, fuck! Woo!
Waking up to a beautiful Mangrungse morning made me realize how differently a place can feel with just a little warmth and sunlight. I remember yesterday evening how we had reached Mangrungse drenched and exhausted after a never-ending descent through boulder zones and riverbeds, only to be followed by an evening of extreme thunder and rain as we waited anxiously for Pile to arrive safely. Normally, the last day of a trek is mostly about reaching a place with a road and connectivity. The landscape is still beautiful, of course, but nothing spectacular for someone who has been trekking for the past few days. You are already thinking about that warm bath or the first phone call to your parents in a week, the sukha mutton or chili chicken, and the wise old monk ready to welcome you back to civilization. And finally, that cozy little bed. Well, the last day of Pin Bhaba Pass was anything but just reaching to the destination. It was absolutely legendary. The Spiti side felt so enormous, so open, that for a while it almost felt like we had stepped into a completely different track. There were no big climbs, no dramatic descents, just endless open valleys, one after another.
ये नहीं खींचा ना तुम, ये मत खींचना। ये आया क्या? बहुत
Colorful barren mountains stood all around us, while white fluffy clouds drifted lazily across an impossibly blue sky. We walked through flowery grasslands, crossing the Pin River and its little branches again and again. The random rivers from the mountains appeared like veins of nature. And just like that, another trek comes to an end. And this one will stay very close to my heart. This trek was everything: beautiful, dramatic, exhausting, risky, and at times impossible. But to see everyone smiling at the end with a sense of achievement was fulfilling.
Paracetamol. 1000 লাগবে না 60
Signing off from Pin Bhaba Pass with one belief stronger than ever. No matter how much you travel around the world, if you ever do a trek and fall in love with it, there is no bigger addiction. What? Go and subscribe, like, comment. Why are you looking at my face? Bye bye. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.